Ég heiti Magnús Jónsson og ég sjómaður, trillukall. Ég byrjaði á sjónum þegar ég var 21 árs. Ég búið að vera trillukall núna í 38-9 ár.
I thought this was quite an interesting piece, not just because I'm not that well educated on this lifestyle, and it was good at sort of creating an on-ramp for people that aren't that familiar with how this kind of world works. But I thought there was a very sort of solitary and meditative concept and aesthetic to the piece that really worked well. Him working alone, what it's like to still have a family, get a wife, I believe, and to sort of make a living in a way in which you're in the middle of nowhere so often and doing such a solitary piece of work. I thought it was a very interesting construct of having this type of man who's very normal, very grounded and relatable as the centerpiece of this particular film. And I felt like it showed that a lot of people are doing hard work in a way that the average person is pretty ignorant about and is not really familiar with, especially in terms of supply chains with food and how things get to you. And so a lot of people have to physically be out in nature to bring back the convenience of people being able to go to a store or go to a restaurant to pick up some food. And I felt like it showed the story of somebody that is typical in our society, but is not necessarily highlighted that often. So in that sense, I thought it was a good piece, a powerful piece, and generally quite beautiful, always being on the water, a lot of shots of the sun as well. And I felt like it was just a piece that has a lot more feeling than you would assume from the very grounded and sort of workman-like backdrop and concept.
Lovely, super high quality footage from this region where they showcase the fishing process, the boat he's using and the machines that are elementary for this process, how this fisher understands the fish nature and their behavior and how the weather also affects and when it's a storm coming and all those things they have to plan ahead so they have a successful fishing day. It becomes more of a hobby and a passion or even just a mission than a job. I love this. They show such commitment. It was amazing. I love the wife testimonial as well about her worrying about him going offshore and all these hours in open sea and all the perils that are out there, but also her helping him for several years. And it just is quite nostalgic music of man versus nature.
It was interesting just to see the psychology of the fisherman. You know, he's just so at peace with what he's doing. It must be wonderful. You know, and I'm never at peace at anything. It must be nice. Yeah, when he said, you know, I like it being out here alone. I like, you know, I can do things my way. You know, it felt like he was really in a comfort place watching him work there. You know. It was also nice though, saying how he liked to have he loved when his wife could go, and you know, seeing her say, "I've been thinking about going out," and then we see them working together at the end, you know, and he's like, you know, she's great. I love having her out there. She'll bring the boat back in while I deal with the fish, and you know, it was really nice to see them, you know, as a team like that. It was very sweet. So yeah, it was really interesting to get into the mind of the fisherman and see this. It was a really beautifully done piece. The people, the folks, the subjects of the film were so nice to see on screen. They were so wonderful in their interviews, and you know, so it was very well directed and wonderful cinematography, wonderful use of scenery. It was just beautiful out there.
When I first started watching it, I almost thought I was watching a narrative film. The way that it was shot was really cool, and it didn't start out with a voiceover, so it really felt like you were just coming along for a day in the life, a little slice of life of their world, which I thought was cool. The framing of every shot felt very cinematic as well, what you would see in a narrative film. The music, especially at the end, felt very idyllic. It worked really well to show this peaceful way of life that they lead. Yeah, so the whole documentary was very smooth and very calming to watch.
I loved the backdrop of Iceland. I didn't know it was Iceland. I wish they would have said that. They did mention the town, but I can't even pronounce the name of the town. But I did look it up, and it's Iceland. So beautiful, beautiful scenery, but really nice music and cinematography as well. I really loved the camera work on this. It just made me feel like I was sneaking a peek into this person's life. Like there wasn't even anybody else around. It just happened to be capturing this guy's day, this fisherman's day and his day to day. It was just a nice peek into this little world, and it just felt like I quietly entered and quietly left. I don't know how else to put it. I thought it was really well done. Any questions I had were answered as it went along. Really good pacing, and I liked the wife and the cat and the kids that they talked about, and how she used to go out with him, and now she's coming back around, going out again with him, and just, I don't know, just a really cool little slice of life.
To get to be really immersed in, you know, what he does, his life in being on the boat, and having spent so much time actually filming on the boat itself, I thought was great as well, because that's, you know, what he does. He's a fisherman, so seeing that and having so much time of hearing his story being told while on the water itself, I thought was so fantastic, and I really loved it. I thought it was great, and it was really enjoyable to watch. It was really beautiful with all the water scenes that they got, and it was just very real of this was his life.